London, Easter weekend, 2015. The city is silent, the streets are empty, and inside this unassuming building, a vault holds tens of millions in gold and cash. It's protected by 51 centimeters of reinforced concrete, and a door strong enough to withstand a bomb. The perfect target for the perfect crime. Tonight, a crew of aging thieves will try the impossible, breaking into it with nothing but drills, a hydraulic jack, and sheer audacity. But here's the catch. These aren't Ocean's 11. The youngest is 42, the oldest 76 years old. But they're about to pull off one of the biggest heists in British history. How in the world did they do it? Meet the most unlikely crew in heist history. This is Brian Reeder, 76 years old, a career criminal who still uses a Nokia phone. Terry Perkins, 67, a diabetic who brought his insulin to the job. And Danny Jones, the athlete of the group, a 58-year-old marathon runner who squeezed through a hole the size of a laundry chute. And then there's Basil, the mystery man. No arrests, no photos, just a voice on a burner phone, directing the team like a chess master, and then vanishing into the night. Their weapon of choice? A $3,500 Hilti DD350, a diamond-tipped drill so powerful it could chew through concrete like butter. Not stolen, just bought with their own credit cards. Good Friday, April 3rd, 2015, 8:47 p.m. While London sleeps, the gang moves. Their first obstacle is getting inside unnoticed. From the inside, Basil, their ghost, unbolts the back door. No forced entry, no fingerprints, just a silent invitation for the others. Inside, two of the men go up the stairs to the second floor. Here, they call up the lift and disable it. Back on the ground floor, these same two men pry open the elevator doors and drop 14 feet down the shaft into the basement, landing in nothing but dust and concrete. They then force open the elevator doors, only to be confronted by metal shutters which they force open with their crowbar. Both men then climb out and get ready for phase 2, getting the others in. They make their way to the cupboard under the stairs, which supposedly is the key to making sure that they can pull this whole thing off. Inside this cupboard is the power to the entire building. How are they gonna get inside without setting off the burglar alarm? If only the door was unlocked. The unlocked door gave them access to the alarm and the power, the two most important things they would need to pull this thing off. With a snip of a cutter, the building goes dark. Unbeknownst to them, in doing so, a silent alarm was sent to the Metropolitan Police. It would seem that once again, luck was on their side, because tonight, the Metropolitan Police would ignore this alarm, a £14 million mistake. With the power now cut, the other man inside slides open a metal door and lets the others in. Now with power tools, they cut open the second metal door and slide through. The men were now standing in front of an estimated £200 million. The only thing between them and the money? 51 centimeters of pure concrete. For 6 agonizing hours they drill. 3 holes, each taking 30 minutes of deafening, back-breaking labor to do. Then suddenly, they break through, only to hit solid metal. The wall of a safety deposit cabinet was in their way, unmarked on their blueprints, blocked by a half a ton of steel. At 4:30 a.m., they go home, defeated, but not necessarily done. Tonight had been a failure, but tomorrow they returned with a hydraulic pump and a need to make sure they got this thing right. April 4th, 2015, 10:12 p.m. They're back, and this time they've brought the big guns. A 10-ton hydraulic pump. It takes 22 minutes of relentless pressure before the cabinet finally buckles. And behind it, the vault's beating heart. 999 boxes. An estimated 200 million pounds in diamonds, cash, and heirlooms. And they have 6 hours to clean it out. By 5 a.m., they're gone. The vault's carcass left open. But the real mistake? Underestimating London's CCTV and the power of the police. 3:17 a.m. The gang is in the car, ready to get away from Hatton Garden, and stuffed with 14 million pounds in loot is their getaway car. But the real undoing? Using this car in particular. Meet Kenny Collins, 74, the gang's getaway driver, and somehow their weakest link. His distinctive white Mercedes, black roof, black wheels, stood out like a sore thumb on 150 CCTV cameras. And when police ran the plates, a match. With the plates now matched, the police bugged the cars of all the other members, hoping to catch them. For weeks, police listened as the gang literally narrated their own downfall. 1 month later, the gang had reconvened at their same planning spot, the Castle Pub, to relive their glory. Unaware that undercover officers were filming them, they decided to act out the vault breach in the middle of a pub. They had all just been caught, red-handed, on video. By June of 2015, all of the perpetrators were in cuffs, except for one, Basil, the ghost. He had just vanished after the heist. And the Metropolitan Police's verdict? Guilty for every single one of the members. All members were sentenced in 2016 for burglary and conspiracy to launder money. Each one was sentenced to 6 to 7 years behind bars. For 3 years, Basil was just a ghost, a red wig caught on CCTV. But in March of 2018, the Special Police Division in London finally found their man. Meet Michael Seed, 58 years old, an electronics genius and tax evader, and the man who literally held the keys to Hatton Garden. Seed wasn't just a thief, he was a specialist, the only one who could disable seismic alarms with a 2G jammer, pose as an engineer to scout the building, and melt down the gold stolen in his bedroom like a DIY Walter White. The police had been suspicious of his role in the heist and had been tracking him for years, but they hadn't ever been 100% sure. What confirmed their suspicion? The limp he had was the same as the man caught on CCTV cameras. Seed was arrested in his apartment in London with more than 143,000 pounds in jewelry in his bedroom and was sentenced to 18 years in prison for the heist and for the distribution of the gold that was stolen. The police's final statement on the gang? They were simply analog criminals in a digital world.